The BMW i3 is a real poster child of the electric car revolution. Launched in the UK in 2014, you either love or hate the way it looks, but the way it drives, the high-tech lightweight construction, and an interior to make most boutique hotels look low rent sets it apart from its rivals.
What has always been a problem with the i3 though is its range. But BMW might have solved that because this car has now got a 42 kilowatt hour battery that gives it a 193 mile range under WLTP regulations, and that's actually pretty good. So how far does it go in the real world, and can it justify a price of well over £30,000 given that you can clearly get bigger and longer range cars for much the same price?
The BMW i3 comes with a standard 3-pin cable, which will allow you to charge the car up in around 20 hours from a normal domestic socket in your house. Unfortunately, you have to pay nearly £300 to get a Type 2 public rapid charging cable, but if you do this and also pay the circa £400 it will cost to get a 7 kilowatt home car charger, then you'll be able to get a full charge at home in under 6 hours. That optional Type 2 charging cable will also allow you to plug into the vast majority of AC fast chargers, which will give you an 80% charge in anything from 90 minutes up to 3 hours depending on the speed of the charger. Plug into a 50 kilowatt DC rapid charger, which comes with the necessary cable tethered to the station, and you can have an 80% charge in just 45 minutes. However, it's worth noting that 50 kilowatts is the fastest charging speed available in the i3, while some of its rivals are already offering much faster 100 kilowatt charging speeds.
Those times are all very comparable with rivals like the Nissan Leaf and high-end Icona Electric, so that's all good, and it's very easy to plug the i3 in. So you literally just plug it in at the back there, almost where you'd expect the fuel filler to be actually, and that's all well and good. What is quite annoying is that if you look in the boot, there is no dedicated cable storage, so there's only batteries underneath here, which means that if you want to take both of your cables with you, you're going to end up carrying both of these bags around, which is a real faff. However, a lot of people actually don't bother taking cables because they will always charge at home, and BMW does help to make that easy because they have a partnership with ChargeMaster, and that means that you can deal directly with your BMW dealer when you buy the car, and they will make sure that you get a home wall box installed with all of the relevant government discounts applied. So, first question, how far will it go? Well, we've spent quite a few days in the i3 now, we've done a lot of motorway miles in it, and I think you can expect to see around about 130 miles if you are going to spend a lot of time on the motorway, where electric cars, don't forget, are actually less efficient than they are around town, so you'll see the range drop quite quickly on the motorway. If you spend more time around town in slow speed stuff, then you're going to see it creep up quite quickly. In fact, I think you'll probably see 160 miles or even a little bit more if you spend most of your time around town. Actually, BMW itself states, a realistic average real-world figure of about 160 miles. So somewhere in the middle of that for varied use, 140, 150 miles is about right. What hasn't changed about the i3 is how fun it is to drive, because this thing, it actually will do 0 to 60 in just over 7 seconds. That's getting on for hot hatch fast. It's really good, and the power delivery is lovely and linear, very easy to predict. Not only that, but actually this car has got a lovely slim steering wheel, which is really nice to use, and you get a really nice sense of, the steering grip that's available and this kind of thing, and it's perfect for around town because it's got such a tight turning circle. Check this out. It's really good at that. It absolutely turns on its own length. Absolutely perfect for driving around town, around cities. It's great. The visibility helps with that too, because actually it's really easy to judge the extremities of the i3. So as town cars go, this is ideal. One niggling problem is the ride comfort. Now, the BMW comes on quite big wheels with skinny tyres to help with the rolling resistance and improve the car's efficiency and the driving range. And what that means is that it actually does pick up some sort of the sharper edged potholes and expansion joints, that kind of thing. You're going to know about it. It's not uncomfortable, and actually I think because the suspension is very well controlled, so there's not too much lean in the car, and even when you do go over a big speed bump and that kind of thing, you don't get kind of any really uncomfortable sort of body wobble and that sort of thing. And it's worth mentioning that the i3S, the sportier model, which is only sort of about half a second faster actually to 62, gets stiffer suspension and bigger wheels, so you're going to know it even more in that version. Other than that, honestly, this is great fun and absolutely superb for driving around town. The BMW i3 is so posh that you don't even pick a trim level. You pick an interior world with a posh name like Atelier or Lounge. Sadly, some of those interior worlds are also very expensive, but for all that, I think this interior design is one of the best out there in a mainstream car. It looks really special, it's very easy to use as well, and the materials are just lovely. They're all very tactile, they look really cool, and notably, a lot of them are actually recycled material or very sustainable. So the i3 is designed from the ground up to be as eco-conscious as possible, right from manufacture through to running it, through to actually when it's the end of the car's life. And I think that's a really important aspect of it.
Other than being able to go for the i3S with its sportier looks, the i3 has no trim options. But standard equipment does include 19-inch alloys, automatic wipers and LED headlights, heated seats, rear parking sensors and the excellent BMW media system. However, there are quite a few options that you might want to add, including reversing camera, keyless entry, and you even have to pay £80 just to make the i3 make a noise at low speeds to warn pedestrians that you're coming.
This infotainment system is one of the best on the market. It has to be pointed out that this is not a touchscreen as it is in some of the BMWs, but it's very easy to use anyway. You get this rotary dial down here and you just scroll through all the different tiles, select the function you want, and with these shortcut buttons and everything, it's just very easy to use. The graphics are really sharp. It is a shame that you have to pay extra to get Apple CarPlay and you can't have Android Auto at all, so that is a bit of a downer, but apart from that, it's definitely one of the best systems. It's really good. What's more frustrating is that you don't get more standard safety equipment with the i3, because you do actually have to pay extra to get adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist and that kind of thing on this car, even traffic sign recognition. And I think for a car that's this expensive and is predominantly used around town, I think having that sort of equipment really should be standard.
The i3's novel layout, complete with rear hinged back doors, is practical enough for a small family. But you can only seat 2 in the back seats, and it's quite easy to get yourself and a toddler stuck in between the 2 open doors if you've parked next to another car in a car park. Not only that, but the boot is also quite small, so certainly a Kia e-Niro or Nissan Leaf are both vastly more practical family cars.
So yes, if it's a priority for you to be able to fit the kids and a dog in a car, then the Nissan Leaf or Kia e-Niro are far better options. But there's a huge swathe of electric car buyers out there who would rather prioritise the finish, the premium image and the performance over practicality. And for those people, the BMW i3 is absolutely leading the way. For loads more electric car reviews, news, advice and features, head to DrivingElectric.com, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check us out on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram.